Hey, you guys, today is National Care for Kids Day. I am Tasha, the founder of Talk to Tasha, who spent 25 years serving as a social worker. 20 of those years was as a child welfare social worker. So today is a very near and dear day for me to remind us collectively and individually to honor this day as a reminder that little people need us to be fully present. I am not here to kind of validate this whole idea that, oh, I'm so tired and I'm so burnt out. When I look at the history of my grandparents, ancestors, people who were walking miles and miles and miles, and when I'm out here in this disrespectful heat of triple digits and humidity without any type of inkling in my eye, do I allow myself to water down my tiredness as an excuse to be nasty to little people? That's disrespectful, it's careless, it's reckless. The same energy we put into these over the top baby showers, all of the different things that we do for Christmas for them, that's beautiful. But on a day to day, our babies need us to be present. Like Toni Morrison always say, I love her as an author. She's one of my mentors. I just love everything about her, amongst many other great leaders. But she posed this question in one of her books. Do kids want to know, she says, if your heart lights up when they walk in the room? Do their hearts light up? Do your heart, light up when they walk in the room? Do your heart, meaning your heart will tell your face, that when they walk in from school, for example, that you're so delighted to see them? We're not even on the level if they did their homework. We're not on the level yet if they, if their room is clean and all of these different things. We just super happy and grateful that they walked home, or they was picked up from the school bus, or they're home in your care safe. Especially, you guys, with the climate of our country and all the nastiness going on and the violence that's going on in the schools. The first thing we need to do is let them know and let them experience the love you have for them. Even when we fussing them out, remind them that I'm holding you accountable because it's my love for you. If I didn't care for you, I wouldn't be holding you accountable to do better and be better type of thing. Some of y'all do that, but sometimes if we get tiredness become our primary way of speaking and being, we forget to remind them. And then kids go around believing that you are just waking up every day in exhaustion just to tax them and challenge them mentally. They already have a lot going on. As a child welfare social worker of 20 years in that work, I can tell you honestly, I became a better parent to my kids as a result of being in the presence of little people expressing their truths. So, parenting is one of the most demanding calls and gifts that God give us. And so we don't have to do this thing by ourselves. We're not going to get it all the way right. I've learned from the many, many, many clients that I've been able to serve how to be a better parent to my kids. And I still screw it up sometimes. So this is not the point of being the perfect parent, perfect patty. It's just our awareness that our children need more than video games. They need more than pretty matching outfits. They need more than the dancing and the matching things we do on TikTok. Those things are super duper duper fun. But we have to be rooted in more substance. And the bottom line is kids need to know, do your heart light up when they come in your presence? Or are you greeting them time after time after time again when you make me sick, you get on my nerves, you bad, you know better than that, and all the different things. So just imagine as an adult. Some of y'all know y'all struggling. I mean, come on, we all got stuff going on. And you can honestly say, if I was to tell you as an adult each and every day how inadequate you are, what would that do to your mental health? What would that do to your feelings of being a burden to people? I was in a 4-hour test yesterday, and one section of the test was really, really all about suicide. How to know the signs and what are the risk factors and what are the things to be mindful of, right? And one of the things it talks about is, suicide, and you guys know this is Suicide Awareness Month. Suicide amongst young people is heavily uh, linked to young people feeling like they are a whole entire burden. That they a whole entire burden, that they would be better off dead. And we don't want any of our babies to ever feel that way. And as we are really craving for what the village used to be, be the village with the people that show up now. If you need, your son or your daughter, you feel safe with your friend, y'all swap off. Let him go have dinner or make a couple of sandwiches, a piece of pockets at your house to give you a mental break. It's better to get a break than to say something to your child that you would really, really jack them up for 30 years with. Because y'all know you can say something to a kid when they 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, and baby, it shows up in their marriage. So be mindful of the venom. Don't tear your kids down. Stop calling them the B word. Quit calling them names like they a whole dog on the street. It's already enough barriers out there waiting on him or her. If they not lined up the way according to what you had hoped for, just take a visit back to when you was their age. Were you doing all what your mama and them wanted you to do? Or if you wasn't raised by your mama and some things was kind of nasty, you was raised by a caretaker that didn't care for you, were you really going to school, getting the grades? And see, y'all, sometimes we can worry about the wrong things. Do you want a deceased child prematurely because he or she couldn't make straight A's? Or do you want a healthy and whole child who's bringing in C's and D's and maybe a few F's because they ain't tripping on biology right now and they need the one-on-one tutoring? Some kids learn different. Don't compare your kids to the other siblings in that house. You wouldn't want nobody doing you like that. Matter of fact, some of y'all as adults got some stress and anger issues now because down through the years you've been compared to your brother and sister now, and that messed you up. So why would you take the same thing that's giving you heartache and then impose that on your child? Child welfare was not designed to raise kids. It wasn't designed to raise kids. That's why it's sloppy, it's poorly designed, it's jacked up from the flow up. And so what we got to do is just take this National Care for Kids Day and let's care for their mental wellness. Let's care for their spirit. Let's pray for them. Catch them off guard. Pull them off the video game and say, son or daughter, I love you. And like we talked about in Sunday service on Sunday, the pastor reminded, it's not about our address only. So if you got a niece or nephew, a neighbor, and the parents is self-absorbed with whatever they doing and their kids is not a priority, it's not for us to sit up and, oh, that's a shame. It might be a shame, but that's not how we solve the problem. How we solve the problem, in addition to holding them accountable and letting them know when you feel safe and led to. But one simple gesture to that neighbor's kid, hey, you're an amazing kid. I believe in you. You ever need somebody to talk to, I'm here. You need something to eat, come over here and break bread. We play cards the third Sunday of the month. After church, come on, slide through. Invite them. Extend your heart to people that don't have it. Because the little bit you have could set somebody free. For some of my parents out there, you don't want no help because you don't want nobody to know that you got stuff going on because you feel like that's a way of saying you're not a good parent. Baby, a good parent and a strong woman is embedded in the ability to ask for help. Period. I can't tell you how many times that I got through the 10 years with mine by leaning in for help. I did not care about the opinions of other people. I knew my container and my capacity to fix the situation was beyond me, and I did not want to catch a whole case and really jack my kids up by not being present and being available. So you ask for help. And then in exchange for asking for help, you be a help. That's how we work that. All right, I'll see you beautifuls later. Don't ever say that online bestie don't got y'all backs and fronts, baby, because I be over here thinking about y'all. I be thinking about how much fun y'all having, how much love y'all starting to show one another. I believe this pandemic has really brought us more together for those who wanted it. And the riffraff that choose to be a riffraff, they gonna be a riffraff. But for the most part, in my experience, through my leaking brown eyes and my pretty brown eyes over here that the Lord blessed me with, I have witnessed so much overflow and increase in insight that I am so happy to be your sister friend. All right, I'll see you lovies later.